Hi, what's up guys? Today's video is a long-term review of the Adidas PR Boost DPR. I've been using this pair of shoes for my half marathon training, and in the last 3 months I have managed to put in about 300 kilometers on it. I believe the exact number today is 350 kilometers. That's roughly just over 200 miles. In this review, I'm just going to cover different aspects of the shoe, the three main components: the outsole, the midsole, and the upper. Talk about their condition, their performance, and in the end I'll add the final summary and my personal thoughts on the shoe and who I believe this shoe would suit and who it's made for. I'm going to start at the bottom of the shoe with the outsole. The outsole is a generic Adidas stretch web outsole. It is not a continental outsole. And I think Adidas made a good choice here, not going for the continental outsole. And personally, for this shoe, I also do prefer this outsole. I did a review of the Ultra Boost ST, which has got a continental outsole. And when I compare the two shoes, there seems to be way more life left on this outsole than the continental outsole, which makes sense because the continental outsole has softer rubber, give you more grip, and softer means you get less life. So the generic Adidas outsole, I found it more durable for what I've been using it for, and 99% of my mileage has been on road with this. You do get slightly less grip, which makes sense. It's a bit of a harder rubber. You compromise the grip for the life of the shoe. It's not very noticeable in warm and dry conditions, but when it starts getting cooler and wet, you do start noticing a little bit more movement under your foot. It's not something like slipping and falling over, but you just notice that the shoe is not entirely gripping. I mean, it's still fast. I did manage to run my fastest 10k race in this shoe in slightly damp conditions. So yeah, that is the outsole of the shoe. Durable, and looking at it now, I'd say this shoe is probably a 600 to 700 mile shoe. So the next thing I'm going to do now is a midsole. This shoe has a Boost midsole from heel to toe. It's an 8mm drop, heel to toe, quite a low profile, a profile of a racing flat. The Boost here is more responsive than comfortable, especially in the faster paces and you're spending more time on the front of the shoe. What you don't get in the shoe is the torsion system. You don't really get a lot of support in the shoe, making it a very tough shoe to run anything longer than 16 miles for me. I think maybe if you're more advanced, you can run more than 16 miles. That's the longest run I've done, and I found that after that run my legs feel pretty beat up. So yeah, the lack of the torsion system and the low drop 8mm can really work your legs. The Boost itself, I mean, I haven't noticed any difference from day one to today in terms of responsiveness. So I do feel the Boost there just working. The things that interact with me the most with the shoe is basically the upper and the outsole. The upper is made out of prime knit. It's a very lightweight prime knit. The heel area has got very minimal padding, finished in suede. There's also some suede finishes inside, like on the support on the midfoot. The tongue is also a suede material. I find that it fits true to size. So if you've got a normal person with narrow feet, I think going for the size that you normally go for would work. For me, however, I've got wider feet, and I recommend that for you. If you've got wider feet, just go for maybe a half a size to a size bigger. Sticking with the upper, there's sometimes an issue with the laces. If you tie the laces too tight, and I do sometimes, and I use a runner's knot, the heel cups can start digging into your heels. They look pretty small outside, but they actually go almost all the way to the top on the inside. Just if you tie it too tight, they can really dig into your feet. Sometimes I get situations where the laces come off. It's something that I've gotten used to, and I do expect to at least tie my laces at least once or twice during my long runs. That's basically most of the parts of the shoe covered. And now I'm just gonna go through the general overview of the shoe and give my recommendations on who the shoe is for. So this shoe is, I class this shoe as a racing flat, but for training, or as a training shoe that can be a spare for race day. Currently the way I use it is for my tempo runs, up-tempo runs, intervals, and I also use this for races because right now it's the fastest shoe I currently own. I'm looking to probably get something in the Adios Adizero range in the next couple of months. I don't think I'd race a shoe in a marathon, and I think maybe if you're a new runner, You can probably race a 10k and run probably 10 miles on your long runs and you'll be fine. You really got to focus on your form and your foot strike the whole time when you're running with the shoe. It's got a very nice sweet spot at higher paces. If you were to make the shoe better, it would be an Adizero Adios. Guys, that's it for the review. I've left some shopping links in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please help me by hitting the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I will address them and reply. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.